So, last night I went to see Def Leppard. No, I didn't go to the zoo. I saw the actual band, Def Leppard, if you've heard of them, or kind of like a heavy metal band in a way. They did have some, tart chopping hits, chop chart topping hits. Try saying that fast 4 times, okay? Pour Some Sugar on Me was one of them. Pour some, and the song that women who think they're hot like to dance to. They really get into it because, you know, they're so hot. And that's exactly what one of the women was doing last night. I mean, like, I've never seen so much activity going on. I didn't even know where the show actually was. Between her literally standing up and grinding her boyfriend behind her, bending over, and she slapped the seat as hard as possible right next to me, just slapping it. I don't know how much alcohol it takes to get to that point, but I'm going to say, quite a bit. Yeah. And then between her and some of the other people, like these young rockers that came and sat down in front of me, and some of them were, 3 of them were pretty young. And one guy, he was probably in his late 40s, he had his hair, really long hair, and he took it down probably because he was getting ready for the band and he wanted to fit in, and then the beard, and he looked like he'd just done an episode of Duck Dynasty, that look. And between them, once the band finally came on, it took them quite a long time after another band called Extreme. They were okay. And then came Def Leppard, and everybody stands up. They stand up and they're screaming. The young kids, maybe 23, a couple more, maybe 30, start playing the air guitar. And I don't even know, which is an art. Supposedly it's an art. But do we really know if they're playing the right notes or even if they're off key? Probably not. But they were doing the whole time and then making these, I'm not trying to be dirty. I don't even know, some of the hand gestures. Yeah, man, and just, it's just wacky. It's like a place where people go now, not just a bar, a concert where you can just let it all hang out and do whatever you want to do because, hey, you paid a ticket. It's one of your favorite bands. You know all the words to the music. So you're going to let everything out for everybody to see because you're you. It's mind-boggling. I mean, yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. People stood probably for the first, 7 or 8 songs, okay? And they didn't even get to, a couple of the better songs until, more than halfway through. But they were good. They're a very good band. They're extra fabulous instrumentalists. The guy who's the lead singer, this is pathetic, I forget his name because it wasn't really necessarily my band, but he had this beautiful white hair, flowing white hair and beautiful voice. So concerts are usually invigorating. They really are. But I tried to get out of there as early as I could because it becomes like a mass exodus and you can't get out for the longest kind of time. So I'm making my way to my car, and the guy told me it's in the C section. I couldn't find it. I mean, I must have gone back and forth like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times. And I'm asking everybody, do you know where, is this C section? Is it? We don't know where our car is either. Okay, and then I came across these 3 ladies, okay, who were, I'm going to say, uber drunk. Very attractive women, probably, maybe a little bit younger than me by 10, 12 years, but I must have looked like I was dying or something because they were like, we're not leaving until we help you find your car. And they were super drunk. One woman was completely incoherent. I'm not kidding. She was saying stuff that did not make sense, like, are you urinating now? You want to urinate? Maybe you don't even have a car. Where are you staying with us? I'm don't think it's a good idea, especially being in a car with you all. And then one of the women, the most attractive one, she had perfect hair. I really loved her hair. She puts her arm around me like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And she's not that big, but she has got a grip on me. She goes, "You're not going anywhere until we find your car. We want you to be safe." I'm like, I gotta go. I literally had to lift her arm off of me. It was very kind of them. It really was. But, it wasn't getting me to my car. So long story short, I had to go back to the people, the guards with the painted things that light up, and ask them, "Where the hell is the section where the trees are?" "Oh, well, you've got to go one more section over." "Oh, really? Well, why isn't there a sign that says go one more section over? Or you're not there yet? Or keep going?" Huh? Maybe you need some signs like that, because it's really dark out here, and I'm getting older. I must have looked like I needed a wheelchair, because those three ladies were ready to, give me some, oxygen or mouth to mouth, but what's it going to do me any good, because I was only going to get drunk from it. But yeah, that's my experience from last night. You know what? I'm glad I went anyway. It was very upsetting because my phone gave out on my way home also, and nobody knew where the interstate was to go back to Va Beach, okay? I must have stopped 3 separate times. Finally, this young girl knew how to get on the interstate. So it was quite an epic night. I still prefer the Doobie Brothers. I will go to Doobie Brothers next time. I'm not necessarily a heavy metal person. Even though they were fat, they were really quite good. They really were. I've got to give it to these people. They're like in their late 60s and 70s, and they're still just rocking out. It's amazing. So I always say go to a concert. Just, concerts are uplifting and fun as long as somebody doesn't fall on you that's drunk, okay? So just keep your chins up. Get out, go anyway, and maybe something a little light-hearted or like a Barry Manilow or once I went to see Santana in Earth, Wind and Fire, which I love. That was a nightmare from hell too. I've never seen so many people in all my life. The more people that are at a concert, the tougher it's gonna be to find your seat or do anything. So just keep that in mind. But it's a great experience if you can overlook some of that stuff. Let me know what you think, what concert you've been to. It just seems like people don't need to go to bars anymore. It's the concert thing where they can just go do anything they want to do and get away with it, Hang in there.